you after we're done because you will know the answers if I give it to you already. So I will just upload this if we're done with the 2023 questions. Okay, so for now, mm, let's start now with number 9. So for the 2023 exam, they have like 20 questions, and then last year we have 16 questions. Okay, so let's start now with number 9. Let f of xy be a squared minus 2y cubed x squared, and your m is 5 3. Let u be the unit direction so that the rate of motion is optimal among all unit directions. So find the vector u. Okay, is it A, B, D, or E? Okay, your timer starts now. 5 minutes only. Please review close the unit vectors. You can see it there. I guess it's part of the chapter 1. Now, if you're done, class, please write your letters there, the letter of your answer, in the chat box, please. Okay, and that's it. Again, class, by the way, you have to use your official um, HCMUT email addresses so that you can enter directly in our Gmeet. Okay, so your answers are E. E? Okay, so let's answer it. So first you have to get your fx and then your fy. And then since you have a given point there, you substitute it. You have here fx 53. This is your fx and this is your fy. You substitute the 53 there and you will get negative 510. It's correct, right? Okay, this is your fxy, 3x squared. So the derivative of this with respect to x is 6 with respect to x squared. So your y cube is like a constant there. So to multiply this with 2 here, so we have 4y cube x. And for your fy, 0 is the derivative of this because there is no y here. Now this is your y, just copy x squared there. Now, yeah, because this is considered constant, multiply 3 here in 2, you have there negative 6y squared x squared. Now we substitute now 5 3 here and we get negative 510. And if we substitute 5 3 in our fy, we get negative 1350. So we have this del f. Okay, so class, actually this question we have here the unit vector u in the direction which is maximal among all unit directions. Actually, you're going to get the unit normal vector. This is for your unit normal vector, right? You get um the del f. You get the unit vector for your del f. This is your del f now. Now to get or your gradient, to get your unit vector there, you have to divide it by its magnitude. So you have there the absolute value of the del f is just get the numbers there, square it, and you have the result square root of 208 no 2,082,600, and that is approximately equal to 1,443.299. Now divide it in your coordinates there of your del f because your unit vector u there is equal to del f over the absolute value of your del f. You have the negative 510 divide the 1,443.229. You got there's negative 0.3534. And then we have this. By the way, class, you can use this square root of 2,082,600 as the denominator here so that you will not approximate the decimal in decimal place here so that your answer here must be nearer with the choices. So it's here negative 0.3534 and negative 9355, which is letter E. Okay, so letter E is correct for number 9. And who got it first? So the first one who got it is Kwan Chan Nguk Min. Congratulations. Okay, letter E. Next. By the way, class, how many are you here? 17. So I am expecting class that um, almost 10 from you here will give the answer. Okay. If the next question you will not reach here like 10 students who will answer it, then what are we going to do is I will not explain it anymore, the answers. I'll just show you the slides, okay? Because you are not participating. Hello. So please do participate by answering the letters here in the chat box. It's very easy to do. So if you will not reach 10 there, then what are we going to do? I will not explain to you anymore how to answer it. I'll just show you the slides. Okay? Okay. So is that clear? Clear now? Okay. Because why are you there, but you are not particip- participating. You just have to choose a letter there. It's very easy. Next, if you have this one, your f of 8 is 2 is 0.4, fx is this, and fy is this one. Use the linear approximation to obtain an approximation of f of 0.8 and 1.98. You can see it there in the chapter 1, part 3, the Taylor expansion. Okay, that is linear approximation for the first degree. This is first degree, right? Because the second degree is the quadratic approximation. So use the first degree there. Again, chapter 1, part 3. Your timer starts now. The formula there, class, like L of xy, if you remember. And you can use this small f there as your L. Okay? So this is your x and this is your y there. 8.01 and 1.98. Maybe you are confused, like, why is this f here and the formula there is L? Yeah, but your f there is approximately equal to your L of xy, right? Are you done answering? I guess that we will finish all the questions here for the 2023 sets of questions. So I will share to you the 2024 maybe next meeting. I saw this questions class similar to this um, last semester. So maybe this question will appear again. Okay, that's it. Time is up. Now let's proceed. Okay. This is the formula, right? The linear approximation. You have there Lxy is equal to this, and this is your approximation of your f of xy. Now the following are given. F of a2 is 0.4, fx of a2 is negative 0.6, and your fy of a2 is 1.8. It's there in the problem. Okay. Next we only have to solve this, the x minus x sub o and the y minus y sub o. So your x sub o here is clearly 8 and your y sub o is 2. I think the formula there at that part 3 of your chapter 1, I don't think it's they use this x sub o y sub o there. But this is the variable. It's equal to 8 here, and then this one is equal to 2. And then you substitute it there, right? Your fx and fy. Now, your x is here. Fx of fy, because we're going to solve f of 8.01 and 1.98. This is your x value, 8.01, and your y is 1.98. Now, this x minus x sub o here is the delta x, or you can use there, or you can write here in x minus x sub o. Your x is again 8.01 minus your x sub o is 8 from here. So the answer is 0.01. That is now your x minus x sub o. Next, for your delta y, which is equal to your y minus y sub o, your y is 1.98 minus 2. 2 is your y sub o here, and that is negative 0.02. Now you substitute all the values here on top. We have here f of xy or f of 8, 2. We have zero point 0.4 plus fx, we have negative zero point 0.6 times the delta x or x minus x sub o, we have 0.01 plus your fy, there is 1.8 times y minus y sub o, which is equal to the negative 0.02. Now you can calculate that one at once, and your calculator will give you 0.358. And the answer is letter D for number 10. Okay, can I see it there in the chat box? Who answered D there? One, two. Who's the first one to answer it? The first one who answered it is Folk Vudok Tien D. But I post already the slides in the LMS, right? But not this one. For the review, again, I told you I can share it to you if we are done with the review because you can see the answer there if I share it now. Okay, so that's it. Congratulations to those who answered D. But how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, nice. It's 10. Okay, that's it. You reached the minimum number. Again, um, I am encouraging everyone to answer the questions, at least 10 students. Okay, if you will not reach 10 again, I will not explain the questions or the answers anymore. I'll just show you the slides. Okay, I thought it should be clear to you that way that you have to answer it. By the way, wait, I will double check first if I completed the slides already in your LMS. Maybe someone is asking because it's not there. Is it not there? Wait. It's complete already, class. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 2, Part 1, and Chapter 2, Part 2. You see it there, right? The slides? Hello. Can you see the slides in your LMS? 3 from Chapter 1 and 2 from Chapter 2. Is it a yes? Can you see it there in the LMS? The slides for the classes? Hello? Hello? Is that a yes? Yes. 3 parts of Chapter 1 and 2 parts for Chapter 2. And that's it. Next, let's continue. Ah, wait, I didn't share the screen, right? Again, class, for our review, I am giving you time also to solve it on your own. That is why you will going to answer it first. Okay, now next we have here unit normal vector. Find the unit normal vector at this point in which n is pointing upward. Okay, your timer starts now. This question is almost the same with the first one that I give you. It's just that we solved the part C there, but now you're going to solve all the parts, the A, B, and the C there. Then the method, you can use the same method there. Oh wait, before we set the timer, okay, I can go back to the unit normal vector because it's not there in your um in the slides. So we have this one. Let n be the unit normal vector with the z there at the and the point is given. Then here the question is asking for find the value of the c there. So it's only the c part. Okay, so first you have their z, transfer them to the other side. You have here minus 5 plus 3x and then plus 4y. This is your f, capital F of x, y, z. Then you just have to get the del f now, partial of f over partial of xy, partial of f over partial of y, and then partial of f over partial of z. Now make it a unit normal vector. Okay, so how to do that? You substitute the point first. Your point given here is, can we go back? 1, negative 2, negative 14. So you substitute it here. Here 1, negative 2, and 14. So we only use 1 and negative 2 there because there is no z, right? So we solve that number. Now after that, take the square root of that, square it, square and square it. The answer is your magnitude or your divide it here individually in your 6, negative 16, and 1. Divide it, and we only get there the c part, which is 1 over square root of 93. But the question there is asking for the three values, okay, for the unit normal vector. And that's it. So you know how to answer this already. Similar, it's a very similar question. Yeah, it's here. I know it's not that. Yeah, same also here. Okay, and that's it. Your timer starts now. Okay, time is up. Okay, so to solve that, this is another way of solving it. What they did here is that they didn't transfer the f of xy there at the other side. So we have this. The given is this one, right? The z is equal to this one. Just make this z here, replace that with f of xy, and then you solve the fx there. It's 12x because of this 6x squared. The derivative of this with respect to x, 2 are zeros. Then the derivative of 3y squared is 6y. Now what they did here, they multiply it with negative. Again, it's the same because instead of transferring it to the other side, yeah, you will change the sign there, right? If this is positive here, it will become negative there. So, um, we will use the negative fx and then the negative fy. Okay? Again, because this one we didn't transfer them to the other side of the equation. Okay? Again, the method you can use that one, it's up to you. They have the same result. So we have their fx, you substitute there the 1 and negative 1, and you have their 12. Then you substitute this in your fy, it becomes 6. Now multiply them with negative. So 12 becomes negative 12, and negative 6 becomes positive 6, and partnered with 1. Okay, your 1 there is for your z. Now what to do next? Take the magnitude. It's equal to the square root of negative 12 squared plus 6 squared plus 1 squared. It's equivalent to square root of 181, and you divide it with square root of 181, all of them, and this is now the result. So we have these three values, and the answer is letter C. Only satisfy that one. Here we have positive, negative, negative. Okay, so letter C. Can I see now in the chat box who answered C there? C. Oh, the first one who answered it, it's Nguyen Do Nguyen Hong at 12:32. Oh, too fast. Ah, no, not that. Including that, right? So one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's more than 10. Very good. So C is the first, is the correct answer. Why you answer it too fast? My God, you know how to answer that already? Congratulations. Or maybe they're doing something there. What did you use to answer that one? Okay, next. Okay, this one. At which point from the following function, this one attains a local maximum. Your 5 minutes starts now. Again, how to do this? First, you solve fx, then next, you solve fy, equate them to zeros. Then after that, you can solve your critical points. After solving your critical points, you solve fxx, fxy, and fyy. Then solve the d there, right? The d. Then you substitute. After that, get the d with the positive value only. And then after that, you solve the fxx, right? If your fxx is negative, you have their local maximum, correct? So find that value such that your fxx is negative because it's a local maximum there at that point. Okay. Class time is up. So for this one class, this is a special case. Okay, please listen. We have a technique here, which is a shorter one. Did you solve the critical points? Hello? What's your answer there? I'll just see your answer first. Someone answered B. Oh, at 12:40. Look mo yun, Min. You solve it D. Oh, wait. Some answered C, some answered 40B, 41B, 44C. So the first one who got the correct answer is Kwan Tran Ngoc Min. Well, congratulations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9? Only 9 responded. Why it's only 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now only 9. Now I told you you have to reach 10, right? I will give you another chance. Next question. If you will not reach 10 there, again, what we're going to do, I will not explain to you anymore how to answer it. I'll just show you the slides. Is that what you want? Okay. Um, this is how to do it. By the way, class, this is a shortcut part. What we did is we solved the fx first and then the fy. Okay, for the fx, you have here 2x and then minus 6y, correct? From this one. The y to the fourth there is no x, so the derivative that is 0. Now for fy, this is 0. This one is negative 6x plus 4y cubed, correct? Plus 4y cubed. And we have there fx and fy. Now, class, instead of solving the critical points, what are we going to do is to get the fx first, fyy, and fxy. Now look at the fxx class. When you solve this is 2, correct? Fyy is 12y squared, correct? This is 0. And then your fxy, as you can see here, there is no y here, so this is 0. Then the derivative is negative 6. Now, class, why is this the shortcut? So as you can see there, I didn't solve the critical points anymore. Why? As you can see there, your fxx class is always positive too. You cannot substitute here your critical points anymore. It does not contain an x and y here. And what does it mean? Your fxx is positive too, even if any critical points you're going to use. And what what does it mean if you have an fxx which is positive? Okay, by definition, if your d there is positive and if your fxx is positive, then at that point it is local minimum. And the question is asking for a local maximum value. So by this one, class, it is very impossible for our fxx to become negative. Okay? So, there. No local maximum among given options. So final answer must be C, none of the others. Okay? Again, you can do this, right, class? You can do it first. You got your fx and fy. Please go directly with this. your fxx. If there is no variable here, if it's a number only, then you can say, oh, it's local minimum, it's positive. If this value here is negative number and there is no any other variable, then it's for local maximum, correct? If this is negative here. Now, there are some variables here, class, in your fxx. You have to get your critical points because you're going to substitute it here, right? To solve what is really the value of your fxx. Okay? So that's it. So before you solve class your critical points, you do here first. This three. Or you solve only the fxx first. Because that is the one who will determine if it's local maximum or local minimum. Okay? So no need for you to solve the fyy and fxy if this is a number here. Okay? You can determine it already, like is it minimum or maximum, and that's it. Before you get your critical values, or you had to waste your time getting your critical values, so I critical points there, so no need for you to get that if this is a constant number here. Okay, if there are no variables here. Now, if there's some variables here, let's say you continue, you solve the equate this to zero, and then fy is equal to zero also, then solve the value of the x there and the y, and that's it. By the way, if you continue that one, you can solve there at least how many points there? Maybe 4 points, critical points that you can get there, maybe 4 or 3. And then you are just wasting your time there because it's always a local minimum and no local maximum. Okay? And that's it. Next, number 15. You can try this. It says here, finding the maximum value. This is fxy. Solve the fx first and then solve the fxx after. And that's the shortcut. No need for you to solve fxy first. If it's a number, then you can have it already. Like you can determine if it's maximum or minimum. Now, if there's some variables there, you continue the solving part, the fx, the fy, and like that. It equate this to zero. Okay, next class. What you're going to do next is you solve there an x and a y, right? And you can get a critical point. Now, in that critical point class, you substitute it here on the disk if it will satisfy, because the point there must be inside the disk. Now, if it will not satisfy the points here inside the disk, you get the 4 points there in your disk and you substitute it there in your f of xy. Okay, that's another technique. This is a circle. X squared plus y squared is less than or equal to 1. So we include all the points also inside the circle, right? And on the circle. Now, on the points on the circle, you will consider them the 4 points. Okay, so this is 1 here, so the radius is 1. So you have there 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, and the negative 1, 0. And that is the 4 points in your circle, right? That will touch the x-axis and the y-axis. And you substitute it here also in your f of xy, and then you get the value. The maximum value there is, yeah, you can find the maximum value there also. Okay, and that's it. Your timer starts now. Roommates forever. Okay, time is up. So we solved this problem now. Again, we have fx and fy. So your fx from this one, it's only this term has an x. So the derivative of the x to the fourth is 4x cubed. Now for your fy, you have there y squared plus 3y. So derivative of this is 2y plus 3. Correct? Now equate them to 0. We have their x is equal to 0 and your y is equal to -3 over 2 for your y value. Now, if you substitute that in our disk, there you have 0 squared plus -3 over 2 squared. It's 9 over 4, which is equivalent to 2.55. So this one class is now higher than 1. So it means the point is outside the disk already. So we will not consider this point. Okay? Okay, so you have to double check class the points that you can get if it's inside the disk or outside the disk. And that's it. Since we will not consider that point, we can consider the points there on the x-axis and the y-axis of your circle. You have there f of 0, 1, f of 0, -1, f of 1, 0, and f of -1, 0. This value f01, you substitute it there in your original equation. Your original equation is f of xy is equal to x to the fourth plus y squared plus 3y. So you substitute it there, the ones, the 0, 1, and you have this value 0, 1. For f of 0, -1, you have there -2. For f of 1, 0, we have 1. And f of -1, 0, we have 1. So for the local minimum class, we have this value, -2. Now for the maximum class, we have 4. This is the higher, right? 4, 1, 1, -2. So the answer must be 4. And the answer is letter A. That is your maximum value. 4. Who answered letter A there? Hmm. Very good. All of you answered A. So we have the first one. We have Hong Dong Da. Is it Da? Sorry, okay. I'm not that good in pronouncing your name. So congratulations, you got the first correct answer. Okay, it's more than 10 now. Very good. Okay, next question. So that's it. By the way, we solved this already. We have an example of this one. Um, for the maximum value, I guess we have this in part one. Can I see it there in the slides that we had? Yeah, it's there, class. You can open it there. We have that already, right? Maximum value. And we are considering something like parts of the circle. It's inside, and that's it. So that happens, class, if the critical points that we can get is outside the circle. We can consider the points there on the x-axis and y-axis of your circle. Now you have this. Evaluate the double integral, this one, where D is the region that lies to the left of y-axis within the circle x squared plus y squared is equal to 7 squared. So this one, class, as you can see here, it uses a circle here, your region. So you had to use polar coordinates here. Again, your x is equal to r cosine theta. Your y is equal to r sine theta. Now, your r there is, this one is the radius, right? 7, because this is 7 squared. So your radius is from 0 to 7. Now, for your theta, as you can see here, it says that the region lies to the left of the y-axis. If you have here y-axis, left of it, we open unit circle so that you know the left side of your y-axis. Oh, it's a video. Stop it. Pause. Pause. Okay. So, class, the left side of the y-axis, this is your y-axis, right? The vertical line. So for the left side of it, it's from pi over 2, class, going to your 3 pi over 2. So this is the interval of your theta. So pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2. So if you take the integral of that, pi over 2 is the lower, and then the higher there is the 3 pi over 2. You plug this in your theta. And your r again is, what is that? Your r is from 0 to 7. And the next, what is your dA here? Your dA here, you have to use r dr d theta. You substitute it here, right? Because that is the formula for your dA. And that's it. You can solve now your double integral. First, just solve the integral inside. And then the last integral, you can calculate that one using your calculator directly. Okay, your timer starts now for this 5 minutes. Please write your answers now. 7, 6. Okay. Time is up. The answer is. So answers A. So the first one who answered it, it's Nguyen Do Nguyen Hong. Right? Letter A. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. So I'll just explain to you how to answer it. You have this. So your x is r cosine theta, y is r sine theta. Your radius is from less than or equal to 7. So it's from 0 to 7. And then your theta ranges from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2 because that's the left of your y-axis. And then your dA is r dr d theta. Your 8x squared is equivalent to, when you substitute there your x now, it's r squared cos squared theta. And then your 6xy becomes 6r squared cos theta sine theta, correct? Because you're going to multiply x and y there, and they all have r's there, so that becomes r squared. Now next, what to do, you substitute it now in your double integral. This one becomes this, and then 6xy is 6x squared cos theta sine theta plus 1. Again, your dA there is r dr d theta. R is from 0 to 7, and then your theta is from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2. And now, class, after that, you solve, substitute, multiply r here. It becomes r cube also, and this is r. Now take the integral. It becomes, yeah, you can solve this integral, and it's equal to this after. Yeah, just solve the r there. What they did is the r there, this is r cubed, so that's r to the fourth over 4. So r to the fourth over 4, so substitute there, 7 is your r. So 7 to the power of 4 over 4 is 600.25. The same with this, because this becomes r cubed here, so it becomes r to the fourth over 4. The 6 cos theta sine theta is here. So your r to the fourth over 4, substitute there, 7. We have 7 to the fourth over 4 is 625. And the last here is r times 1 is r. The integral is r squared over 2. So when you substitute there 7, you have 7 squared over 2. It's 24.5. Now, do not substitute the 0 anymore because it will just make them zeros. Now, what to do, you have this value now, and then take the outer integral with respect to d theta. Since there is no theta there in your calculator, you can use x here. And class, please use your calculators in rad mode for this one, because this is solving from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2. And the answer is 7,619.933. And the answer is letter A. Okay? And oh my god, I forgot to give you. Did I give you already your 10-minute break? Hello? Or did I forgot to give you your 10-minute break? Not yet. Okay. So it's time for a 10-minute break. Class, I'm so sorry, I forgot it. 10-minute break. Okay. Okay, time is up. Now let's proceed with. Oh, we're done with this, right? So let's proceed with. That's 19. This is 18. So 18 is the next one. Okay, your 5 minutes starts now. So for this one class, double integral and then the region. The d there is bounded by this curve. Y is equal to this and y is equal to this. So what to do? Get the x first. So 8 minus x squared is equal to 0. So the value of the x there, you get two values. So that's your boundary for your x, and then the boundary of your y is this. So y is 0 and 8 minus x squared. So in the integral, 0 there, and then the upper is 8 minus x squared. Then your dA there, change that to dx, dy dx, because your y here has a variable. So it should be dy dx. Your x is just number, right? It belongs to an interval, which is a number. So it should be the last one that you are going to solve. And that's it. Go. Okay, time is up. So we have this. The region is between y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 8 minus x squared. So we equate this 0 and then 8 minus x squared. So we have x squared is equal to 8. Take the square root both sides. You have two values there, negative, positive square root of 2 square root of 2. Or you can use their class the positive and negative square root of 8. It's fine. Okay? So your x is between the negative 2 square root of 2 and 2 square root of 2. So you have to write that at the top and the lower in your integral. So negative in the lower and then positive in the higher part. And again, you can use their square root of 8, negative square root of 8, and square root of 8. Okay? Because you are not showing solutions during tests, so it's okay. No need for you to reduce the or simplify the square root of 8. Next year, y is from 0 to 8 minus x squared, right? So 0 in the lower, then 8 minus x squared there at the top. And that's it. 0, then 8 minus x squared, and then that should be dy there. And then negative 2 squared of 2 here, and then 2 squared of 2 is here at the top part, then that is dy dx. Now solve the inner integral first, and you can have this when you integrate that. And then after that, you substitute now your value of y. We have 8 minus x squared here. This one is y, 8 minus x squared with a squared, plus 8 minus x squared. Now class, this one, you can substitute this directly in your first, in your inner integral. And then you can solve that using your calculators directly. No need for you to simplify it like this. Okay. But the answer here is simplified. So we can use this. We can use this also. They're just equal. Okay. Either of the two class, you can use it. And then yeah, because why I am advising like using this the first one, because class it will take time for you if you simplify it to this. Okay, because you have to solve this 8 minus x squared, you multiply it with the 14 minus x squared, and then this one 8 minus x squared, you have to square this first before you multiply 11x over 2 there. So it will take time, so it's easier if you use this directly. Okay, just substitute it there, and your calculator can solve that directly. And you have there the D is the D. The answer is 705.9754, and that is letter D there in the choices. Can we see it in the choices? It's D. Yeah, it's D there. 705.9754. Okay? And who got the correct answer? One, two, three, four. Huh? How many are answering here? We only have one. No, you didn't reach 10. One, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Now only seven are answering. What happened? Why are you not answering now? Because it's very easy to type a letter there. Okay. So last chance. Again, if you will not answer there, you will not reach 10 there. I will just show you the slides. I will not explain it to you anymore. Maybe you want that. Okay, let's continue. I guess it's the last question for this set. Yeah, because they have 20 questions last 2023. Mm, This is the question. You have this already, mass of the lamina, right? This is chapter 2, part 2. It's there. Your timer starts now. 5 minutes. Ay. Okay, class, for next week, we will be having blended learning. Okay, so what to do? You are not required to go here in the university. All you have to do is just connect with the Gmeet that we had, the same link, okay? But you are not required anymore to go inside the campus. That's for my class only, okay? It's not applicable to other classes that you have. I For the other set of questions, class, um, I will just give you the letter of the answer. Yeah, you have to provide a solution there. Or if you want me to provide it, then I can. Is this a part two? Yeah, we have here part two. So, class, this is the last question for the part one of our review. And I will upload this in the LMS because we're done already with this. So, for the second part, again, I will not give you yet because you have to answer it with me. You have to solve it first. Okay, time is up. So, what are you going to do there with the vertices? You plot the points in the Cartesian plane class, and you can graph it with a right triangle there. And then, yeah, if you can imagine it, wait, we can use the graphing calculator. Where's the decimals? So class, what are you going to do? So just plot the points there. This is the 0, 0 point. And then the other point that we have is this. Y is equal to 8 minus x. Yeah, we have this. Okay. You have there the 0, 8, and then the 8, 0 here. So the equation of this line here, and this is your point 0, 0 here. So the triangle is this, correct? Now, the numbers of your x is from 0 to 8, and your y varies from this one going to this line, right? And you have to get the equation of this line. You have there 0, 8, and 8, 0. Please do some practice in getting the equation of the line there. Okay? And we have this. You have that 3 points you plot there again, and then the hypotenuse is the line joining 8, 0, and 0, 8. And that equation is this: x plus y is equal to 8, or y is equal to 8 minus x. So your y is bounded from 0 to 8 minus x. Okay? And your x is bounded from 0 to 8. So we have this. Your x is the region bounded from 0 to 8, and your y is bounded from 0 to 8 minus x, and you substitute it here. Now for your dA, since this is boundary for your y, which has a variable x there, you have to use dy first, okay? Because the last integral that you will solve should be a number. So that's 0 to 8 there, and it should be dx here, the last one. Okay, so solve your inner integral. You have this one is the inner integral. Put x outside because this is dy, so your x is considered constant. You can write it there outside. It's here. Treat x as constant. Now solve the y. Now we have y squared over 2 as the integral. Evaluate that from 0 to 8 minus x. So only you just substitute 8 minus x there squared, because when you substitute 0, it's still 0. So no need. So we have this one, and then you substitute it in your first inner integral here inside. So we have 0 to 8, and then x, 8 minus x over 2 squared dx. And the answer is a 170.667. Is it letter A? Hmm. Where's the question? Yeah, it's letter A. And who answered it? Hmm. You sure you reached 10? Okay, the first one who answered it is Nguyen Do Nguyen Hong. Congratulations. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're 7 only. What's happening? Okay, so next let's proceed with um. hmm, we still have lots of time. So for the second part, so I will give you your early 10-minute break. We will end at 2:50, right? And that's it. So it's time now for your 10-minute break. So I will upload now that part. Um, this class is TTO1. Okay. It's their class midterm review part 1. So you can access the slides there already. Again, class, be familiar with the solving that we had. So it's there already, class. You can access again your the questions in your LMS. You still have 2 minutes. Then we will start again. Okay, time is up. So let's start now with our part two review. Oh, I thought I shared the screen already. Um, Hello, can you still hear me? Hello? Yes. Okay, that's it. So let's continue. So class, some of the questions here are very related to the other questions previously that we had. Okay? So your 5 minutes starts now for this one. I am expecting that you will get the correct answer here. Okay, time is up. So now class, this is now to the right of the y-axis. Now if we can open our unit circle, so to know the value of the theta. So for your theta class, here to the left is our previous example, right? Am I showing the screen? Okay, can you see the screen class? So from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2. Now class, the question is asking from the right of your y-axis. So the right of your y-axis is this. Okay? So from the, if we have the to the left, pi over 2 going here to 3 pi over 2 is the one that we use. So a smaller value going to the larger value. Now, um, if you have that to the right, it should be from the smaller value going to the larger value, correct? And 3 pi over 2 is the location here, but it's larger than your pi over 2. By the way, your 3 pi over 2 class is this angle here, and it's actually equal if we form this angle here to the right, from the right side, from here, from 0 going here to 3 pi over 2. By the way, class, the 3 pi over 2 is equal to the negative pi over 2. Again, this location here is equal to the negative pi over 2. This 11 pi over 6 is equal to the negative pi over 6. The negative pi over 6 is here on top. Now the pi over 4 is here, the blue one. It's actually equal to the negative pi over 4 here, your 7 pi over 4. Again, your 7 pi over 4 is equal to the negative pi over 4. And the 5 pi over 3 here is actually equal to the negative pi over 3. And the 3 pi over 2 is equal also to the negative pi over 2. The location is here. Okay? So they have the same location class, but they didn't have the same angle. Okay? Like this, the angle is here. If you have the 3 pi over 2 is this angle. Now this angle here is actually the negative pi over 2, but they have the same location, which is here. And we go there. So your theta is from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Okay? And that's it. We have to use the smaller value before going up. And that is your value for your theta, because it's here to the right of the y-axis. And we are correct. Your theta is from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Now, since your circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to 9 there, your r is between 0 to 3 because your radius here is 3 and the 0 must be the minimum point. Now, um, your x is equal to r cos theta, your y is sine your y is equal to r sine theta, and your dA is r dr d theta. Now you substitute it there in our double integral. X squared, we use now x squared cos squared. Your dA replaced with r dr d theta. Now your r is from 0 to 3. Your theta is from negative pi to positive square root of us to pi over 2 there. Now we can do separation of variables because we have here r cubed. So we have there 0 to 3 and then r cubed dr, the integral of that, and then the integral of cos squared theta d theta evaluated from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. And we can solve this separately, right? So the answer for this one is pi over 2. You can calculate that. And then the answer for the integral of the r cubed from 0 to 3, it's 20.25. Now multiplying them, we got 31.8086. And that is letter, oh, where is that? Oh, 31.8086. We have not letter C. So I will check now who answered letter C there in the chat box. You have there one, two, three. How many are you here? Four, five, six. Oh, only six are answering. Why this is now six? From seven down to six. Now what is our deal? Our deal is you should reach maximum minimum of 10 students, right? But only six are answering now. So this is your last chance already. So I will not explain it anymore. I will just show you the slides now. Maybe you don't need my explanation. And that's it. So wish granted. Class? It's okay now. I will not explain it anymore. Okay? I'll just show you the slides. And that's it for the review. You want it that way? Again, congratulations to Kwan Tran Ngok Min for getting the correct answer first, letter C. So what happened to the others? You have there 20 students, and the minimum number is 10. So last question. If you will not reach 10, then I will not explain it to you anymore. Okay? Okay, this is the next question. This is very similar with our previous question. Hmm. That is why, class, you have to master this topic. Your 5 minutes starts now. Again, you have that vertices, three vertices there, so you have to write it there in the Cartesian plane. You graph them, and then get the boundary for your for your x, and then for your y also. So your y will ended up in a line connecting this 12 0 and 0 12. The previous question we had is from 8 0 to 0 8. And our formula there is y is equal to 8 minus x. So what is this now? Okay, you try to answer this. Again, if you will not reach 10 for this question, I will not explain that anymore to you. Okay, time is up. Write your answers now. Okay, so we have this 3 points. You plot that in the Cartesian plane. Okay, and you have there the hypotenuse connects the 12, 0, and then this 0, 12, and then the equation is x plus y is equal to 12. Again, class, please do some practice using 2 points how to get the equation of the line there. Because I will not discuss that anymore. I didn't even discuss this to you, right? How to get that one. You can use there the y is equal to mx plus b there, and then get the slope, and then get the y-intercept here is very easy to do. You have there the 12 already, so your b there is 12. Then your slope actually is -1. You can rewrite it like y is equal to negative x plus 12, or 12 minus x. Then, and that's it. Your b is 12 and your m is a -1 there. It's y is equal to 12 minus x, correct? So your x is bounded from 0 to 12 because this is 0, 0 here and this is 12, 0. If you plot that in the triangle, this is the boundary for your x is from 0 to 12 only, and no other values outside of that interval. Next, for your y, it's from the bottom part, so that's y is equal to 0 because of here, 12, 0, and the point 0, 0. So the y there is from 0 going to the top, to the graph, which is a slant line, going to y at 12 minus x line. So you do the double integral now, and then since there's a variable in your y must be the inner integral. So it should be dy dx. Okay, so that's it. You use dy dx, and then your raw function there is xy. Okay, this is your raw function, right? So from 0 to 12 minus x, and then your x is from 0 to 12. Now we solve the inner integral here, and then again put x outside. Your y becomes y squared over 2. Evaluate that from 0 to 12 minus x. Just substitute it here now. We have there x times 12 minus x squared over 2. So no need for the 0 because it will be 0. And this is it. This is now your inner integral. Substitute it there in your inner integral, and then integrate this from 0 to 12 dx. Now your calculator can solve that, and it's 864.0. And that is letter okay. So who answered B first? Again, I am expecting that you will reach 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's only 9. My God. What's happening? Again, class, is it really difficult for you to just type the letter there? I will not be angry with you guys if you have a wrong answer. So the first one who got the correct answer is Long Ngoyen Vu Huang. Why is it difficult for you to participate in our class? 9. Yeah, maybe it's okay. So our minimum is 10, right? So 9 or 10. Sige. So next question. If you will not reach 10 again, again class, I will just show you the slides and I will not explain it anymore. How about this number 4? Your timer starts now. This is very easy, right? Okay, 5 minutes. This is your fx, yz. Solve your fx. So solve the fx first here, and then you substitute the points there, the 0.7 for your x, the zero point 0.4 in your y, and then 0.8. This is very easy. Okay, time is up. Oh, please wait. Please send your answers now in the chat box, please. Okay, let's continue. Solve fx first. This is your fxyz. Now solve the fx. So as you can see, class, there is no x here, and then there is no x here in the 0.8. So their derivatives are 0, correct? So you have there 0.7, multiply this with 2, so that becomes 1.4x y cubed z to the fourth. Just copy y cubed there and z to the fourth because they are considered they're constant, correct? Now we substitute now okay, this is the only answer for our fx. So if your x is 0.7, your y is 0.4, your z is 0.8, you substitute it there. So here we have 1.4 times 0.7, 0.4 cubed times 0.8 to the fourth. The answer is letter B, 0.0257 if you multiply them all. Correct? 257. So letter B. And who answered B there? Hmm. How many are answering? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, you reached 12 now. Correct. So the first one who answered it is Hong Dong Da. Congratulations. And that's based on the time. Okay, that's it. I really like that class if you are participating in the class. And that's it. Next, number 5. Oh, this is very easy for you. How many critical points? Your timer starts now. So please do not disappoint me with this question. That's very easy. Solve fx and fy, then equate them to 0, and then solve the values there of your x and y, then combine it. That's your critical points there. Just stop there. Okay, time is up. By the way, what's your answer? Can I see it? D? D is zero? Are you sure? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 10 answered it. D. Zero. All of you answered D. Okay, let's try. Is it really D? Critical points of this. So first we had to compute fx is equal to 8. Then fy is equal to negative 30y squared. Correct? Your fx there is 8, right? Because it's here 8x. Now equate that to 0. Is it 8 equals 0? So this is impossible. So class, your fy you can solve here. It's equal to 0. There you can solve two values of your y there. No. Oh, yeah. Your y there's only one value. It's actually 0. If you equate that to 0, divide 30, negative 30 there, it's still 0. So y squared is equal to 0. Your y is 0. But here, class, for the fx, 8 is equal to 0. This is very impossible. So you cannot get a value of the x there, even if you have a value of y. So there is no point xy that satisfies both condition, your fx and fy. We have the number of critical points be equal to 0. The answer is D. So congratulations. The first one who got the correct answer there is, who's that again? Congratulations to Kwan Tran Ngok Min. Okay, that's it. That's the answer D. Next question. Are you ready? God, why I keep on moving? Hmm. This one plus number 6. Which function has domain is enclosed by a square? Hmm. You try your graphing, this must know. Which do you think there is the domain is enclosed by a square? Your timer starts now. Okay, time is up. Write your answers now, please. Okay, let's try them. Not this Desmos graphing calculator. We need the two variables. We have this, leave. Okay, first we have cosh. Your cosh class is, you can find it here, functions. Then find the cosh here. Cosh, where's the cosh? Cosh is here. Cosh of 1 minus x squared and then minus y squared. Okay, clearly class the domain. You cannot enclose it with a square, but you can enclose it with, I guess it's a circle. We can use a circle here. If you rotate it, yeah. If you rotate it, class, it will not form a square. It's the domain is looks like enclose it in a circle. Okay. So next we use the next one, ln of 4. Ln is here. Just find it here, class. We have ln of 4 plus x squared plus y squared. Y squared. Hmm. Now can you imagine it? Is it okay if we enclose it as a square here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you count them? Okay, if you count them, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2. No, I cannot clearly see it, class. Is this a square there in the domain? You count this number of sides here, class, and here also. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I cannot I cannot clearly count it, class, but this one, class, this is not a square. This is enclosed by a rectangle, I guess, because this one is, yeah, wider than this one here. So this is not a square. Next, we have 1 minus x squared. One minus x squared minus y squared. And the graph is this. So you cannot enclose that with a square. And the last is we have sine function of x squared plus y cubed. And this one, class, also you cannot enclose this by a square. If you see it, it's like this at the top. And the answer actually there in that question is actually letter B, none of the others. And all of you got it correctly, B. And who got it first? We have Hong Dong Da. Congratulations. Is it Da to pronounce it? Is it Da or they? I'm so sorry, class. I'm not that good in pronouncing your names. Okay, next, let's continue. 7. Okay, this is the question number 7. Your timer starts now. This is almost the same with what we solved previously, right? You encountered this problem already. We use their u and v. Now you can use their x and y. That does to be your x here. X is equal to t minus st cubed. And this is your y here. T squared s. Or maybe this is the last question for our review today because we do not have time anymore. So this is 7. Actually, we almost halved because there are only 16 questions for the previous test. Okay. So we will review another set of questions next meeting. We will continue with this and then part 2, and then we'll have another part 3 there. So my goal, class, is I really want to give you more questions to review so that you have, if the questions in the test are very related to that, then that's it. You encounter already a similar question to that one, and you know how to attack the question, or you know how to solve the question. Again, this is the last question, so please, you have to write your answers thereafter. The time. Okay, time is up. Okay, so to answer this, we have again, you let that x, the one is inside your f, and y is the other one. So x is equal to t minus st cubed, then your y is equal to the t squared s. Now, your gt there can be solved with this fx times partial of x over partial of t. This is chain rule, and then plus fy partial of y over partial of t. Now your partial of x over partial of t, we have this. 1 is the derivative of this minus 3st squared. Your s there is considered constant. And here also your s is considered constant. So derivative of your t squared is 2t. So 2ts here. This is your partial of y over partial of t. Now for your fx and fy, it's there already. Their values is zero point 0.6 and fy is 0.1. Now, if you substitute your t and s here, the number that we're going to solve is 5, 2, right? Now, to check if that is really correct, if this is 5 here minus this is 2 and this is 5 here. So 5 cube, it's 125 times 2, it's 250. So 5 minus 250, it's negative 245, which is correct. Now, if you substitute 5, 2 here, your y must be t. So 5 is your t. So 5 squared, it's 25 times your s is 2. Multiply that, it's 25 times 2, it's 50. So we are correct. We have there, this is the value. If we have an t value 5 and s is equal to 2. And that's it. We can now, okay, we solve our here, the partial of x over partial of t, you substitute here also in the 1 minus 3 st squared. And we have this 1 minus 3 st squared. We have the negative 149 value, so we have to substitute it there. And the next, the last one is the 2ts. 2ts, so 2 times 5 times 2, we have 20. So the partial of y over partial of t is 20. Now you substitute it here and it there also. So we have 0.6 times negative 149 times your fy is 0.1 times 20. And we got negative 87.4 total. And the answer is letter E there. And who got the first answer? Okay, we have Kwan Tran Ngoc Min. Congratulations. And that's it. It ends with our review. Okay, by the way, thank you for joining this class. So next meeting, we still have another reviews to do. And also, if you have some questions from the previous topic, you can ask me like, oh, we didn't understand this part. Can you explain this again? You can request that next meeting next week. Okay, again, you are not required to go there inside the class for next week. We only have blended learning. So just access with our Gmeet again. Okay, see you next meeting. Goodbye, everyone. Again, that's only for our class. So your other classes, you go inside your classroom. Okay. Goodbye.